My parents joined us last night, and today we're heading out to one of Hawaii's most unique ocean adventures, the sandbar snorkeling tour. We spend our time floating in the shallow turquoise water, doing a bit of paddleboarding, and just soaking in the calm vibes of the ocean. As a beginner snorkeler, I was a little scared of snorkeling in the deep water, even with a life jacket. When we started snorkeling, the rain was downpouring hard, and the water wasn't clear enough to spot many fish. The tour lasts about 3 hours. We wish we were able to spend more time snorkeling, not just paddleboarding. Equipments are provided, but for hygiene reasons, we brought our own. Since we were already wet, we didn't bother to take a shower after going back to Waikiki. We went straight into the ocean and enjoyed the warmer water. The coconut trees, the turquoise color, and people's laughter. Love the energy so much. For dinner, we booked the reservation to Shokudo Japanese. It's an izakaya-style Japanese restaurant. We ordered teriyaki chicken wings, spicy tuna sushi, wagyu beef, and yakisoba. The food was delicious and the atmosphere was perfect for a family dinner.
Cheers! Good morning! It was another beautiful day. The main activity for the day would be the famous Kualoa Ranch. Located in the northeastern part of the Oahu, the Kualoa Ranch is a private nature reserve that offers scenic landscapes. It's also a popular shooting scene for a number of movies and TV shows, including the Jurassic Park. There are also multiple ways to enjoy Kualoa Ranch. It offers many tours like the movie-sized tour, jungle expedition, UTA, e-bikes, ziplining, and it also has a private beach called the Secret Island. It really depends on who you are going with, the level of experience with these activities, and how much time you have. Eventually, we chose a half-day package that included an ocean voyage boat tour, followed by a buffet lunch, and then a movie-sized tour. The first tour was the ocean voyage, where we got on the bus, took a boat, and passed through a fish pond, and then we got on a catamaran at a secret island. We really liked this tour because it provided another view of the ranch and its mountains. Everything was so pretty. The color of the water is unlike anything we've seen in the Pacific Northwest. It's like a blend of turquoise and jade. We also spotted a couple of sea turtles. The buffet lunch wasn't stunning, but it was certainly fulfilling for a day jam-packed with activities. Next to the dining area is a market that sells fresh produce planted at the ranch. And we were delighted to find matcha ice cream. It's definitely one of the best, as you can tell from their reactions. The movie-sized tour is supposed to be a classic, family-friendly and informational tour. How it works is that a safari type of vehicle takes visitors into the valley and it stops at different places where people can take pictures. Our first stop is a tunnel structure where we learn about all the movies that was shot in the ranch. Then we dove into the valley and stopped by a few famous movie sites like King Kong and Jurassic Park. The tour was very informational and the view was nice, but since we aren't a huge follower of those movies, so we didn't have a strong feeling and those sites weren't really relatable. Plus, the tour guide was actually speaking in a very monotonous and plain way the whole time. Half of the people on the vehicle actually fall asleep. So I would say that unless you're a huge movie fan of these movies, or if this kind of tour vibe with you, you might find other activity more engaging. We heard some really positive feedback about the UTV tour, the e-bike tour, and maybe we'll try one of those if we ever come back again. So overall, the Kualoa Ranch is a good outdoor place to spend a day or so, but it's definitely a little bit overhyped. After wrapping up our time at the Kualoa Ranch, our next destination was Diamond Head. The Stay Monument is another signature tourist attraction in Oahu. It's known for the ocean view, a 360 panoramic view of Waikiki, and the surrounding areas. But accessing the Diamond Head isn't straightforward. You need advanced reservation, and time slots tend to fill up really quickly. And for those who plan to take a taxi or Uber here, the tricky part is that many Uber drivers will only drop you off before the tunnel. Then you will have to walk past the tunnel. So if you don't want to get tired before you even start hiking, take that into consideration. Dinner time, we went to Ginza. It's a Japanese restaurant specialized in katsu. We ordered katsudon, chicken katsu, fried oyster with tempuras, and tuna poke. The chicken katsu was so good, super tender and flavorful. The poke and katsudon was also pretty impressive. The only lowlight was the oyster plate with tempuras. Next day, the plan was to explore the north side of Oahu. On our way there, we stopped by the Green World Coffee Farm. There's an educational coffee garden and you can take free self-guided tours. The coffee farm also has an espresso bar serving fresh coffee. The line was super long, so we didn't even try it. There was a huge retail store that sells all kinds of coffee-related merch, and of course, fresh coffee beans. There are plenty of options to choose from house blends to single origins, to 100% Kona, to favorite coffee. The coffee farm is only 3 minutes away from the famous Stowe Plantation. So if you're heading to that direction, definitely check it out.
What flavor is that?
It's just black coffee. It's an unflavored.
Oh, okay. Next up is the iconic Stowe Plantation. It was on my bucket list for a long time because I love eating their pineapples. The merch store was huge and sells so many different things, and all kinds of pineapple flavored snacks. There was also a Hello Kitty store inside the big merch store. They have some exclusive Hello Kitties that you can only find in the Stowe Plantation store. Of course, we got to try the pineapple ice cream in different shapes. They're so yum. We felt like the tours are mainly for families with kids, so we only walked around the garden and saw many tropical fruits like pineapples and cacaos. There are 2 Patagonia stores in the island of Oahu, one in the south and the other in the North Shore. My parents wanted to check out the Hawaiian exclusive shirts, so we are here again. We checked out the Snoopy surf store next, which was a few blocks away from Patagonia. Snoopy was one of my favorite cartoon characters as a kid. The shirts, tote bags, and accessories are all super cute, but they're really pricey. I wouldn't leave with empty hands if I were a kid, but as an adult, I can deal with that.
Halewa is a historic town in the North Shore of Oahu. It's a really cute town with a huge surfing culture and multiple beaches for water activities. The town isn't big, but it has a main street with shops and food trucks. There are quite a few options, and the local special is garlic shrimp. So we definitely got one of those to try.
Oh, 这样卷，先粘上，然后再吃。Snorkeling again. This is definitely the most challenging and fun experience to me in this trip. Sharks Cove is a popular snorkeling and diving spot in Oahu's North Shore. It's known for its clear waters, underwater lava tubes, and marine life like fish and sea turtles. It has both a protected tide pool area for beginners and deeper areas outside the cove for experienced divers. I'm not a natural swimmer, so I had to bring my own life jacket to feel safe. The water was so clear, and we saw so many fish and a sea turtle. From that day, I started to feel the joy of snorkeling. It was so much more fun than the sandbar tour, in my opinion. One thing you need to be careful is the reef. They're really sharp. I got a few scratches on both knees and started bleeding after coming out of the water. However, only because of the reef, you're able to see so many marine life. We were exhausted after the day trip. We went back to the Waikiki beach and headed to a comfort food spot my mom discovered the day before. It's a Korean street food place. The food was authentic, and there were some casual outdoor sittings. Highly recommended.